Well, good morning, good morning. We are gathering with Coffee with Casper. We are up on Facebook. Very nice to see you, Pam, from up in Napa Valley. Good morning, good morning. We're glad you're here. We're up on YouTube. Good news is we're up everywhere. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. Everybody's gathering for Coffee with Casper. I've got my coffee. Casper's out wandering around. He'll be here in a minute. There he is right now. There he is. He heard his name. Okay, come on up. Come up, say hi. Oops. There he is. There's the Casper. Good morning from Hollywood. Good morning from Santa Rosa. Good morning, Knowles from Dave from Boise. I bet Loretta's not far off in the distance. Judy from Georgetown, Texas. Nice to see you this morning. All right. We are gathering. Here we go. A bunch of light workers gathering and to celebrate 20 minutes together to see about what we already know. Good morning from South Carolina. All right. We're glad you're here this morning. Coffee with Casper is live. Everything's going smoothly. We love it. Okay, big boy, down. Good boy. Okay. Good morning, good morning. We're going to gong ourselves in about 20 seconds, and we'll spend our 20 minutes together. Here we go. Get everybody prepared to take a deep breath and to relax into it. Aloha from Honolulu. Good morning, Ann. Nice to see you this morning. Bright and early in Honolulu. Good morning, Graham. Brother Graham from Tarzana land. Okay. Here we go. Let's everybody take a big deep breath in. There's 8:30. Big deep breath in. We're going to let out that sound ah as we relax our shoulders. Remembering that the gong is simply reminding us that we are a cumulative vibration. And according to the law of the circle, since we're connected in the universe, as the universe with the universe, that which comes from us is returning to us. So we are learning then how to be the attractor factor and all the good things that we are like. Good morning, Angelica Jane, the Reverend Dr. Angelica Jane from Eureka, a great spiritual teacher and giver to the world. All right, we're glad you're all here. Another big deep breath in. Let that energy come up into your heart center. And here we go. Well, good morning from Oklahoma, Marguerite. Nice to see you. So, last week was interesting. We talked, of course, about Eric Schrodinger and his idea that the I is the one that captures. You know, for many, many years when I first started to look deeper into the teachings of New Thought, into the teachings of mind and what that really means, and what you and I know is that mind is different than brain. Brain is an instrument of the universal mind. We are individualized creations, and the brain, that mechanism inside your head, that's connecting you. That's sort of the transmitter of mind, right? But who you are is greater than your body, so it can't be you are not in your brain. You exist in the cosmos. And so when I first started to look into quantum science and what the implications were, I kept saying to all of these wonderful teachers and leaders that I would go listen to, I said, well, if in the beginning there is nothing and something moves upon the something is consciousness. And all of these teachers, after their long mathematical explanations and things, would say, well, yes, essentially that's true. Well, it's now been 25 years since I started doing that study and that research, and we've come a long way, except for the fact that we have not quite embraced that there are two paradigms, paradoxically, happening at the same time. One is that all things are made of something, and the original something is an electron, which forms electrons, neutrons, and the nucleus of an atom, and the atom then forms molecules, and molecules create stuff. That's one model. The other model is before everything is a particle, which would be the smallest particle is an electron, before everything is a particle, everything is a wave in potential. And so the field of consciousness is the wave of potential. And what has happened is, over certainly the last 35 years that I have been teaching and studying and looking and practicing, there have been a lot of people coming on board. What used to be a small group of souls, understanding the implications of consciousness, in other words, what's going through your own mentality, everything you think, say, do, and feel. There's a lot of people now who have been working with us, many here on Coffee with Casper who are with us all the time. Good morning from San Clemente, Arlen. Nice to see you this morning. Doris, good morning. Nice to have you with us. So the reality is that both are true. That form exists. We don't deny matter, but what we do deny is that matter is not cause to itself. It is consciousness. It is coming from the field of potential, the field of our consciousness that is acting upon what we call the law of the circle or the law of mind, which is creating the vibration, which is returning to us as the full-orbed, multidimensional experience of ourselves as individualizations, right? So here's what we want to work on today. If you saw the poster, again, thank you, Candace. We like to get that poster out a little sooner, but it's sometimes difficult to do because everybody's volunteering and helping, and we appreciate that. Remember, you can go to newthought.com. You can email me at info@newthought.com if you're trying to reach me directly, or if you have questions you'd like me to address on Coffee with Casper along the way, let me know. But most of the time, we're just gathering here on YouTube and Facebook, and we encourage you to invite other light workers to come into the field and remind ourselves what we have learned along the way and remind ourselves how to practice it in a new way. Well, anyway, I was looking for a picture of Casper to share on the poster, and I saw this wonderful picture of him just a couple weeks ago with me and my grandson, Henry. So we have, my initials are HMM, and there's another HMM, and he's Henry Morgan Moses, not Harry Morgan Moses, and that's my grandson. And what is striking is that it's a moment that you don't realize. Remember the line from Ralph Waldo Emerson, "There is no planet, sun, or star who could hold you if you but knew who you were." And so when I looked at that picture, I thought, isn't that amazing that the consciousness of being a father and then being a grandfather returns to you multiplied, right? And now there's two HMMs that from our same family. And we got an RMM and an HMM, and we've got a C. We got Morgans in the middle. We got all these beautiful children and grandchildren, and probably the greatest awakening for me, and many of you were with me when that happened, when I realized that I had grandchildren. It had been, years since the kids graduated colleges and came back, and then went out again and got married, and then all of a sudden you're a grandparent. And what I remembered, what caused me to remember in a moment in time, give me one moment in time, right, was that how much I enjoyed being a father to my children, helping to raise them, helping them to turn into what turned out to be extraordinarily fine human beings in the world. And until the grandchildren came, because there'd been that gap of years, I forgot how much I enjoyed that. Because I was busy with my work and my career and all of those things, but I loved raising my children. And then, in a moment in time, you realize, whoa, these grandchildren came along for their own lives, of course, but also to help me remember how much I enjoy being a father, how much I enjoy being a grandfather, and how special it is that we can hit the gong and cause a vibration to go out through our intention that comes back to us as the multidimensional experience, and it's greater than we've ever imagined. It pops in. I wrote in my book, It's So Easy When You Know How, which is now published maybe 20 years ago. The first thing is a funny thing about awareness, right? You discover you have it, then you discover you had it all along, you just weren't aware of it. In other words, when you become aware of your connection to the cosmos, when you become aware of how you belong to each other, when you become aware that there's only one mind and there's only one field of energy, and that all things are returning to energy in as energy out. You put energy into the field, out into the field, and it returns to you as your experience. It's a closed system. And there's no such thing as separation. You cannot be separated from the life force because you're one with the life force. And you didn't create the life force in you. You discovered it. You didn't create your awareness that you were a conscious being. You discovered it. As I have often said, we don't know how to make the heart beat. We don't know how to make a liver live or a kidney kid. It's being done unto us. And therefore our connection to the universe is given. It's given to us. Now the question is, what are you going to do with this connection in the universe? And so the poster said one moment in time. And it's one moment in time where your awareness shifts and you become aware of something, and then you realize, I sort of knew that all along, I just hadn't become conscious of it. And that becoming conscious is what we call waking up. To becoming conscious of I'm a pessimist or I'm an optimist. To become conscious of the vibe coming from me is attractive or the vibe coming from me is repelling. To become conscious of the fact that your energy in any given circumstance is a change agent in the world. Who you are is a change agent in the world. Who you are is somebody waking up to your own magnificence. Who you are is somebody dwelling on the magnificence. And we remember in the process that we didn't create it, it's given unto us. And we realize, oh my God, consciousness is cumulative. The consciousness that got you where you are will not get you where you want to go. You have to keep working on your consciousness. You have to keep expanding your consciousness. And we say, well, how do I do that? Well, you know, it's often been said Michelangelo only dwelled on one facet of God, and that was beauty. He was just amazed by beauty, and he focused on beauty, and he kept looking for beauty, and he kept seeing beauty and releasing the David from the rock and finding the beauty in nature and painting it and finding the beauty in faces and sculpting it. And this is how it is, that we grow our consciousness by choosing the qualities of what Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, called the eternal verities. So love is always love, joy is always joy, freedom is always freedom, peace is always peace. It takes different forms in different lifetimes and different moments in history. And in your life it takes different forms. But that's how you grow your consciousness. You focus on and you dwell on what actually is. Love actually is the impulsion of the universe. Love actually is a creative force in the universe. Love is an attractor factor. Beauty is an attractive factor. All right, down now. Joy is an attractive factor. All of these things now are, the more we focus on the qualities of life that we like. Music is an attractive factor. The more we focus on the things that have meaning to us, the more it expands our consciousness. The more we look in to the concept of infinite beauty and see how much beauty is around us. The more we look into the concept that the breath of life, that the very breath that I take in this moment now is the breath of life, and it's given unto me, and I'm not actually breathing, I'm being breathed. The life force is within me so that the breath of life can move through me. And now I begin to dwell on, I am that light, I am that love, I am that wisdom, I am that beauty. And so we say daily, we meditate, we quiet the mind. So we might look at that amazing line. If you but knew who you were, the sun could not hold you. There is no planet or sun or star that could hold you, because you are the amazing I am that is born in the image and likeness of the One, a recreation of the wholeness of self, and I am that self. And the law of God, which is whatever God knows is, when we embody what it is that we are seeking, when we are embodying that I am an immortal spiritual being, therefore there's a pattern of wholeness that is my perfect health. When we embody that I am one with the opulence of the universe, the birds are singing abundantly all around us. You could hear, because it's been raining here in Southern California, you might be able to hear the waterfall that's flowing not year-round, but because it's been raining so much, there's a flow of water abundantly moving all around me right now. There's a flow of the beauty that's in nature all around. It's happening whether you're in Hawaii, like our Ann is, or you're in Eureka, like Reverend Angelica is, or you're in Palm Desert. It doesn't matter, or Hollywood. The beauty of life is everywhere. The abundance of life is everywhere. But we have to breathe it in. We have to dwell on it. The more we dwell on it, it stays in our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is impressing the subconscious mind, and what we truly believe at the subconscious mind is coming back to us as our lives. So it's so important that we remember that there is nothing in matter that's holding us in place. It is the potential in consciousness that is acting upon the law of mind, the law of the circle, and returning to us as our experience. What I experience is who I am. What's coming back to me in my life is what I'm doing with my consciousness. The more I dwell on the ineffable, that which cannot be touched, the amazing qualities of the infinite good of God, the eternal verities itself, the more I choose which of those I want to dwell on. I want to dwell in freedom. I want to dwell in love. I want to dwell in peace. I want to dwell in harmony. I want to dwell. I choose where I want to dwell. This is the day that the law of life has given me, and I must use my consciousness, because as I build my consciousness by in-breathing it, by dwelling upon it, by appreciating it, one of the great factors in our growing is to learn to get gratitude moving through us all the time. So even in the midst of an ache in our body, or something temporally out of whack, or some surprise bill we didn't know was going to happen, or everything will come and will come to pass, and how it comes to pass, how smoothly it rolls over into the next greater good, is going to depend on what I'm doing with it. What am I doing with my consciousness today? So you read the newspaper, I remind you of the story of Raymond Charles Barker. Now, I've been reading, because of our work here on Coffee with Casper, I've been reading 2 different newspapers from 2 different coasts every day. And so I'm aware of all the stuff in the world. I'm aware of the turbulence in the world. I'm aware of the challenges that humanity is facing. And I'm also aware that the amount of light workers on the planet, the amount of people being authentic to their true and eternal self, because the soul is gazing at the glory of God and directing the senses, that's what's happening. The volume is being turned up. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. Give me one moment in time where I can see the reality of the beauty of the cumulative nature of my consciousness reflecting back to me in health, in wealth, in love, and in knowing that I am on purpose fulfilled, because I am bringing, as Hoagie Carmichael said in the song, I'm accentuating the positive. I'm eliminating the negative, and I'm not messing with in between. I'm not messing with fear and doubt. I'm working in the reality of knowing the I am that I am is one with the one, and God and I together constitute a majority. A great line from Ernest Holmes, right? You and I are the place where consciousness is changing the world. You and I are the place. No matter how big your circle is, you make your circle shine. You make your circle bright. You make your vibration match where you want to be, who you want to be in the world, right? And you forgive yourself for your mistakes, and you move into the future with a clean slate, that today is the day I can create anew. Today is a day I can expect a greater good. Today is a day I can trust the voice of my intuition and hear it more clearly and follow it more dearly and nearly, right? This is the time, place in the universe where light is bringing light, where love is attracting love, where joy is bringing joy, and we're freeing ourselves from the bonds of our misunderstanding. Forgiving ourselves for whatever we didn't know, and now moving into what we do know and practicing what we know in a wonderful way. Who you are is something special, and the difference that you're making as a light worker in the world is critical. to the shift in human consciousness, but it's also critical to your own fulfillment, because you came from the light. You put on a coat of skins and you came for a reason. And that reason was to help free humanity from its ridiculous unkindness to itself, from its ridiculous injustice to itself. We free ourselves by tuning into a higher level of being, calling that higher level of being into our lives, using that level as a transcendent authority to shift things in our world toward more and more and more of our heart's desire and our complete and true fulfillment. You deserve your good. You deserve to be in purpose fulfilled. You deserve to benefit from being an awakened soul in the world and carrying that light out to heal, uplift, inspire, and bring more life to others. You're watching Coffee with Casper. If this has been valuable in any way, we ask you to share it. Share it digitally, share it on LinkedIn, send it on email, send links, go to YouTube, like, tell people, find it. It's all available for us to remind ourselves on a daily basis that you are the glory of the I Am, brought into expression as your unique self and the gift to humanity and the earth, and indeed to the cosmos itself. We'll be back next week on Coffee with Casper. In the meantime, remember who you are. Practice it today in a new way. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. Thanks for being with us. Spread the word.